everyone, and welcome back to H2 Combo, bringing you another Tera Raid talk, and this time it's on Decidueye. It has been announced early that Decidueye is coming. They want to say they do not have a date, but if you do check your Pokemon Home on your app, it will tell you underneath the news setting, March 16th through, I believe, the 19th. Is when we're going to see this guy pop up. So I will be doing a giveaway for this. I'll go ahead and tell you what it is. It's going to be a shiny Screamtail. I'm going to give away 3 shiny Screamtails to lucky winners that are going to be announced based on the drawing that we will be doing. I will announce more detail about that. I cover that in a little bit more in the later detail, not this video. I'm not going to be that way and just try to get boosted likes and comments and everything just on this one. It's going to be the next video because I actually want to have a real time to put together a strategy. I just saw this announcement. I want to get this information out there so you can start planning ahead. Man, there is a lot of stuff coming this way. So let's get prepared. Once again, as we get into the video, let me go ahead and say this. Thank you so much for watching. If you do find these videos helpful, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can continue to get this information and get it out there to other people. It's very, very helpful to get along. I think people like these Tera Raid talks, so I'm just going to continue on doing them. And so let's get right into it and look at Decidueye. Decidueye, it has the ability Long Reach, the hidden ability. So we'll see that. And hidden ability is basically it uses moves without making contact with the target. Not like it's going to be that much effect. There may even be overgrow, but let's take a look at its stats because this actually tells us a little bit more what it's going to get into. By the way, the Tera Raid is going to be a flying type. So Decidueye is technically a grass ghost, so it will have those moves as well as flying, which it naturally already had. Makes sense. This is not going to be, from what I can tell from the picture that was posted on Japanese website, it is not going to be his Hisuian version, unfortunately. I kind of thought that would be kind of neat to see. They'll probably have it a little bit later when they start releasing out those. And I think that's probably what they're going to do. They're going to release this, and then later when those Hisuian Pokemon become available, they will start dropping those as well. But yeah, don't pay attention to its defenses right here because we're going to just look at flying type defense. In fact, we'll just jump right over real quick. And flying type is basically this, if you're unaware, is grass moves, fighting moves, and bug moves. Flying types are great against these. Makes sense. Moves that it is not great against: electric, rock, and steel. The only problem is looking at this, going right in with a rock type, gonna run into problems because it's a grass type. It's going to have grass type moves. It's just going to happen. So that leaves us down to steel and electric, and I'm going to tell you why not to bring steel. I was really thinking about, could bring in King Gambit on this one. There's a very good chance. I think it actually will resist most of its moves. Unfortunately, Decidueye does get fighting type moves as well. So even like this version is going to have low kick, which granted could possibly not do as much damage, but I wouldn't want to risk it. So it looks like electric type is what we're going to go with on this one. So let's jump back and take a look at that base stats. Base stats that you see right here is not a lot. It kind of reminds me of the Great Ninja. You know, it's got a good balance between attack and special attack. It does get double team, I will say that. So it does get double team, so we may see a little bit of cheekiness with this, but then again, we didn't see as much of an issue with I think they only double team like 3 times max, and even then it was, you could basically work with it. Physical defense is weaker than special defense. It's an okay Pokemon, I'll say this. It depends on certain issues or certain situation that it's in, but to me it causes a lot of issues. So let's scoop down here to taking a look at its stats, or not, I'm sorry, its status moves. So yeah, see, there's low kick. I've already done the research, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. So flying type attacks, ghost type, grass type, bug type, it does get U-turn. I would love to bring in some psychic on that, but unfortunately ghost is gonna eat it away too, so we may not be able to get away with Slowbro, unfortunately, on this one. I just think it's got too many weaknesses against it, but then again, it can take, we have seen it do opposite before, so we'll have to run those stats a little bit later. Once again, this is not a in-depth official guide. Still need a little bit more research. Just wanted to get something out there, get your brains clicking. So looking at this, it will have some dark type. It could possibly have some dark type moves to throw in there. So all that's been kind of put together. So we're looking at, it's going to do at least neutral damage to something. So you're probably not going to get a not very effective setup of a good Pokemon on this guy, but it is going to be able to be taken care of. It does get knockoff, which is one thing that I'm not looking forward to, and double team. So that's one thing that it does have. I hope that, yeah, I don't think they're going to give it Roost. Why would they give it Roost? I mean, that would just be horrific if they did. If that does come up though, there is a strategy around that, but I'm just going to assume they're not going to give it Roost, because why? You know, that would just be horrible. But then again, you know, Pikachu came in, you know, out of left field and just straight up put the shield up and went to work. But, you know, they kind of had to. It was Pikachu. No offense. So if we will, let's go ahead and jump over to some possible Pokemon that I suggest that you may be able to bring into this battle. All right, guys, so right off the bat, if you have Pokemon Violet, you're probably going to be very, very happy because you got a nice electric type legendary that you could bring in. So I think a lot of people are going to be bringing this one in, and rightly so. I don't see any weaknesses that it could have. Electric Dragon is an awesome typing. I think it's, you know, amazing, especially bringing in Hadron Energy, going to bring in even more electric. So look for people bringing this one in more than anything. If you got Pokemon Scarlet like I do, I already have a Miraidon through trades, so I'm good there. But I know if you don't, there are places you can go and trades that you can get through to try to get one of these guys. But even if you don't, Belly Bolt, guys, Belly Bolt is a good backup. It gets parabolic charge as well. I've been using this one, and it gets like acid spray. It's a good one. And electromorphosis, wow, really does a good job as well. So I would build yours physically defense more oriented than anything else, because Decidueye is mostly, it's about, I want to, let's say 80-20, 80 physical, 20% special. So it does have some special types of attacks, so you got to cover for that as well. So you may have to fluctuate with your levels a little bit, but this is a great build. I've used it before, and it just builds up an electric energy and destroys the opponent. So I think this one will probably be used more than Iron Hands, and I'll talk about Iron Hands again. You could bring in Iron Hands, but if you do bring that guy in, please make sure its Terra type is electric and not fighting, because if I have to explain why, you know, then you're just going to get one shot and everyone's going to be upset with you. So there's a reason why, you know, fighting is weak to flying, if you didn't know that. I mean, but, you know, this is an information video, so let's make sure we get the right information. But I've seen a lot of people bring in Metal Sound, Miraidon, Parabolic Charge to recover that HP. If you don't know what that move does, by the way, it recovers 50% of your damage dealt. So if you've got a magnet on there and you're doing super effective damage, and this is a, unfortunately, I believe this, oh, actually, no, it is special. It is a special attack. I thought it was a physical. No, it's actually special, because charge throws you off a little bit. I'm sorry. I just had sinus surgery, so I'm still in recovering, and, you know, sometimes the brain isn't working as well as it used to. So, yeah, I didn't notice that. Electro Drift, though, is an amazing move. It has a lot. It's super effective hits, just do more damage. So I don't even think you need Calm Mind. I just threw that on there for right now. But I think we're going to see a lot of Miraidons. I don't see why this one wouldn't be a top pick, followed by Belly Bolt. And I think Iron Hands would be okay. I'm just going to say okay with this guy, especially paired with the Miraidon would be awesome. I don't know if you could survive that Belly Drum. I do know you will not take super effective damage from flying type attacks with the mix between fighting and electric. So that's why I say go to electric, Thunder Punch, and just have fun. You know, you should be able to do fine. And in fact, I would even change this Punching Glove to Shell Bell, and that would probably help you recover that HP instead of having to depend on Drain Punch. Don't use Drain Punch in this fight, by the way, unless you're trying to recover HP, but I think there's better ways to do it. Now, real quick, let me discuss this. Grimmsnarl, this is a good one to bring in. It takes neutral damage from every bit of its attacks that it has, nothing super effective. So this would be a great support mon to bring. Light Screen Reflect to help everybody survive, and then, you know, Chilling Water and Spirit Break to basically lower the special attack and defense, basically neuter the opponent. So I think we're going to see some Grimmsnarl being brought into this. Not a bad idea. Now, what about the cheese? What about, let's talk about, instead of trying to solo them on and go into it, I think Miraidon might have it. I really do, followed by Belly Bolt. But I'm not, let's just wait out a little bit to see what we got. But these would be two big ones. Everybody can get Belly Bolt, so I think Belly Bolt's a great one. I mean, Acid Spray lowers the special attack, or I'm sorry, special defense, so that your special attack will do more and you'll recover more HP. Probably could even trade out Electric Drain, because I think other people are going to be bringing that Miraidon. We're just going to see it just total cheese of that. Probably don't even have to set up for it. I mean, the only thing I could think of it doing is, you know, it would have Roost and maybe Double Team and spam that. That'd probably be the only thing, but I think we're going to see some Double Team, but I do not think we're going to see Roost. Then again, they could do the opposite. They could do Roost and not do Double Team, and then you're going to have to deal with it trying to wind down the clock. Who knows what they're going to do on this one. based on previous information, I think we're gonna be okay, but I don't know. We haven't seen a Roostmon yet, so let's take a look and probably take that in consideration as well. With that being said, I think you can bring in the cheese with Quillfish. Quillfish, I'm just gonna say, is really awesome. Cannot wait for the Hisuian version to come out. I think you're gonna have even more fun with that guy. Acid Spray, Acupressure is just amazing, and I think you could spam that just as a support mon anyway instead of Grimmsnarl. I think it's very helpful. I know it's water type. I just went in Tera if I were you. Probably change that to a different type if you really want to. Poison should be okay if you have the opposite side of that. But yeah, lowering down that physical attack is going to be great. Black Sludge recovery. It's just a good support mon. But I want to talk about Rotom Heat. Out of all the Rotoms I put together, which one would take the least amount of damage from Decidueye? It's going to be Rotom Heat. And you're like, well, why Rotom Heat? Well, if you really want to spam stored power really bad and your heart is just set on it, Rotom Heat gets stored power. It's amazing. Yeah, it really does. I'll even say, like, you can Nasty Plot up if you got a Quillfish to help out there. Acupressure it up. You could store power. It does neutral amount of damage. It's not super effective. It's not anything that special, but I think it's if you just really want to do it. I mean, build this thing bulky. Everybody already knows Rotoms are pretty bulky. Shell Bell would be good, but I'd even say this: you could even get away with bringing in just a good old-fashioned charge, and then that'll bump your special defense up a little bit too. And if you get the chance to use, stored power, you can. Thunderbolt, I think even Thunderbolt would probably be better on this without doing stored power. I really do. I really think that's probably going to be that. So you could Acupressure and just Thunderbolt. I haven't run all the calcs yet, but I will say that this is a pretty good setup, or giving you a good idea of what to go in with this raid with. So if you did find this video helpful, guys, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and don't forget, turn on notifications, because I will be releasing a video to help you enter in for winning a shiny Screamtail. I'm definitely going to be giving those away before this event. So thank you so much for watching. Appreciate everything you do, and until next time.